Welcome back to A Toda Madre. It's your boy Rollus here with another review. Kind of early-ish, but not really because it's Sunday. You'll probably see it by Sunday night or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. It doesn't matter as long as you guys watch it and understand what I'm talking about because we are talking about Superman, the new one, James Gunn's version, the new DCU universe of this whole gunverse. I call it the gunverse. What can I say? Now that I sat through it, now that I let it sink in, I've heard other reviews. Some I don't agree, some I agree, some overpraise it, some underpraise it or underappreciate it. Some are too mean, some are just too much. So I'm gonna give you the most unbiased take I have when it comes to this movie because when I was watching it, I was liking it, but at the same time, I was kind of bored. Why? Why was I feeling like that? Remove the aspect that I like the Snyderverse, and I'm talking about the Snyderverse overall, not just Superman. I'm talking about the Snyderverse overall. So I remove that because at the end of the day, I'm a comic book guy. I love me some comics. So I'm there to watch a new universe, whatever. The past is the past, the present is the present. But I'm watching it, and I have to take it as it comes, right? So I'm gonna give you pros and cons. The pros, and I don't know. I will get into after minute 7. I'm gonna get into the spoilers after minute 7 because it's important. I feel like this movie you need to talk about all those little things on why people are hating it or underappreciating it, whatever it is. So, pros and cons. Mr. Terrific, I thought was written well. Superman was written well. Everything, all the actors in this movie, what they had, some were actually good. The acting was good, but there is buts. There's things that kind of ruined the movie because of that. Because even though they were acting good, they were bad written. I believe whatever his name is, I'm gonna call him Superman for now because I don't get into the names of the actors. So Superman, the guy did a good job. Everybody was gonna give him shit because Henry Cavill is Henry Cavill, and a lot of people chose them as their Superman because of his build, because of his chin, because of the way that he acted, because of the looks that he got, and the way that he portrayed his Superman. Well, this guy didn't do a bad job either. I actually was. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I feel you. I feel you. The only thing was that he did lack that presence. Like, oh shit, Superman stepped in the building. Like, oh fuck. But that itself is a movie thing, not the actor himself. Because the actor himself, when he's doing that interview with Lois Lane, great chemistry. Great chemistry. When he's playing as Clark and the little bit that we got, I like the fact that he wasn't a goofball, that he wasn't an idiot, like woo, like try to make him different. And no, he kind of played him kind of serious, just not like you can kind of tell a little bit of a difference, not a lot, because again, we didn't get enough Clark Kent. So in a way, because he wasn't playing a goofball and he was kind of playing him a little serious, it kind of felt like he was still Superman. It's just that he was wearing glasses and he had a stupid curly hair. That's the only difference between both of them. But I did like the fact that he wasn't a mumbling idiot. That I did like. Again, going to Terrific. He was well written. I think he probably did have one of the better action sequences, but for me, it was kind of ruined because the POV was through Lois Lane. The cameras were directed at her instead of his action sequence. It is what it is. You can't win them all. Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, stupid hair, but even him, I feel like they could have gotten rid of all those side characters. Because, like, what's the point? What's the point of bringing Green Lantern if you're not going to give him anything extra? Hawk Girl, why? Why was she there? Why was she there? Just to have, like, another superhero there? just to have the Justice Society of America there? Why? Lex Luthor, well acted. The rage that he's saying, the envy, you can really see it coming out of him. But that's a con because all we had was a whiny character, a jealous character. Like it's like if it was a child that never got a no for an answer. That's what I got from Lex Luthor. Like really, he was a guy who's like, I'm gonna give you exposition after exposition after exposition. Like, bro, come on, come on. But like if you're looking for the that acting range, yeah, it was he acted the shit out of that part. But it's just that the character was whack. That's the only difference. It's like Louis Lane, great chemistry with Superman. The actors, I love them together, but when she was alone, you couldn't feel that chemistry together. It was like you're acting way different. And but that's again, that's a written story that's bad. When it comes to the pros, I mean, I can't. I think that would be it. It was basically the acting part with the main four, which was terrific. Louis Lane, Lex Luthor, and Superman. They all acted their parts. Is that sometimes? Not sometimes. I feel like in a way, terrific, and Superman had the best written characters, and a little bit on the Louis Lane part. As much as Lex Luthor was acting great, his character was written bad for me. I don't need someone complaining. I need a doer. I need a badass. That's what I need. I don't need a guy who complains a lot and acts like a man child. That's what I got from Lex Luthor. But the acting was good. It was good. All right. Now let's get into the negatives because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of negatives, and I am going to enter spoilers like in 3 minutes or something. Hot girl. Why? Why? You got the chick that came out in The Last of Us. Why? Well, we already touched on the Lex Luthor. That even though he acted great, his character was written bad. Guy Gardner. You didn't give him a lot. You just introduced him. That was about it. And you're like, okay, why would you give him the ring if he's an asshole? People complained on the Ryan Reynolds because he was using a large fist because he was using a minigun. But here you have a guy that was using, like, really? Really? A guy who was using a baseball bat? Really? So I mean, if majority of fans are complaining at Ryan Reynolds for the director going that direction, are you guys gonna complain on this one? And the guy was an asshole. If I remember, the ring goes to the most how do you say a person that deserves the ring, who's a great person, who's gonna help out the world. And they literally gave it to a guy who's an asshole. Maybe he turned into an asshole after many years, but still, I don't get it. Um, you have the whole Daily Planet. Yeah, the Daily Planet. That's what it was called. You have the whole crew. You have the whole crew in there. And I know you want to have workers so it can be realistic and all that, but in reality, why that sequence? That sequence makes no fucking sense at the end. And we're gonna get to it. I'm just saying, yes, you had Jimmy Olsen, who kind of actually looked like the cartoon. It was pretty funny. But but why have the rest? I other than let's just have more characters, that's how I saw it. Because I ain't seen nothing else. For me, it's a con. Superman saving everyone. To me, that's a con. Saving a squirrel, trying to save a kaiju, trying to save everything. Oh, because that's hopeful. That's hopeful. Really? Like, how does that translate to hope? Beat the kaiju. He's destroying the planet. He's destroying the city, not the planet, the city. And he wants to save him somehow, some way, because that's hopeful. I didn't like that. Honestly, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But that was that's like sometimes you need to be in a way stuck on realism, and for me to get myself ejected out to be okay with the movie is hard for me. For instance, very different from him trying to save a kaiju or a fucking squirrel to when Captain America is like, "Is everyone in the boat?" He's like, "Not everyone's like, I'm not leaving no one behind." Very different like that because he's talking about humans. He's not talking about a freaking dog. He's not talking about a squirrel, a cat, a shark. He's talking about humanity. Get him off this one. That's Captain America. And this guy's literally saving squirrels, literally trying to save kaijus and shit, trying to save his robots. Mm, I don't get it. That does not translate hopeful to me. Another big con. Superman looks like a bitch. I've never seen Superman get manhandled like nothing. Like I just it's Superman is someone that has presence. Superman is someone that you're gonna be like, oh my god, Superman's here. Brandon Routh's Superman Returns. When those guys were in the bank robbery, when they're watching out for him, and once they land, they start shooting at him, and they're not scared of him, but they know that it's Superman. Well, this one is like they didn't respect him. They didn't respect him. They relied too much on the social media part, like super shit. You know, two more cons before I get into spoiler territory. Changing his origin story. Go have sex with many girls so you can duplicate our humanity. Really? And not only that, but his parents in Kansas, the Kents, they make him literally like your hillbilly hickeys. Like, oh god darn now, no, I'm like, really? Like you really put him all the way down. Just like at that part I did not understand why the Kents were like that. And something that bugged me is like you're trying to emphasize that Superman is more humane, but he's following directions from his parents that he did not know instead of being brought up by his parents that raised him to understand humanity and how we work. So when Superman says, "Oh, I've always gone by the wording now, I do not know who I am," I'm like, bro, you were raised in a farm by the Kents, by humans. How can you not know who you are at your core? It's dumb. It's dumb. And then, of course, your motherfucking dog. I told you guys. I fucking told you. That dog was so fuck. He gets annoying so fucking quick that is a rant by itself that I can rant for 5 minutes. A stupid dog. Spoilers now. Let's get to some spoilers. I don't mean there's not a lot of things to spoil as much, but it's like little nitpicks. For instance, when Superman's having not a second interview, but he's having his second one-on-one with Lois Lane, there's that big starfish or whatever it is, the alien in the background fighting, and they're trying to have a conversation, but the wannabe Justice League, they're fighting in the background, and that's when Guy Gardner brings out his bat and he's fighting them on the background. So you're trying to have a great conversation between Lois and Superman, but then you're being distracted by the things in the background, and people are laughing, and I'm trying to listen to the conversation because it's a serious tone. Is because he outbursted to Lex Luthor that someone robbed his dog. He lost his emotions and almost attacked Lex Luthor, breaking the walls and everything for a fucking dog. He lost his emotions because of that. That's not growth. That's being a idiot. But in that conversation, you have that shit in the background. Again, what was Hawk Girl doing there? What's the point of Hawk Girl again? Just to look like really, really. I already explained to you about Guy Garner that he's an asshole. He shouldn't deserve the ring. That he does stupid shit with the flip flops and all that. Mister Terrific, well written. I liked him. I liked his asshole tone, and his comedic timing was actually really good. What Lex Luthor, you already heard me. I complained. I went in and ran about him, how he was just this genius, but an annoying brat, basically. But I will want to touch on the two villains, these two henchmen. Ultraman, I think he was called. And I forgot the other chick who turns everything into gadgets and all that. They were pretty cool. I did like them. I'm not going to lie that. They had nothing else interesting. They were your regular henchmen, other than, well, Ultraman become Bizarro. He goes into the black hole. We don't know the black hole kills him. Will Ultraman become Bizarro? I don't know. Crypto, we got to see Supergirl. Crypto being annoying. I don't want to see him again. But again, you can tell that all of that are meant for children. All of this is meant for children. Um, there's this one scene in particular that I hated. Lex Luthor is walking. He's a regular human. He's not a robot. He's not a superhero. He's not a meta human. Nothing like that. But the robots are fighting here in the background, and little sparks, chispas, las chispas le están pegando. The sparks are hitting in his face, and he's walking like nothing. Why? Because it's fake. It's fake sparks. It's CGI. As a human, when you're drilling or something, or when you're doing your grinding and that shit hits you, it hurts. And for him to be walking like nothing, like, come on, come on. This is my biggest gripe. Two times I saw it. Two times. Two times. And don't even get me started. Oh, or and then let me before I get into that. No, not two times. The character, Lex Luthor's girlfriend. From the beginning, she was like this, taking pictures, taking pictures, taking pictures, taking pictures. And I was like, why? It shows you the reason. I'm like, okay, cool, cool. But the reason is because everything's in the background of what Lex Luthor was planning and all that. She gives it to Jimmy, and these guys had this little intertwining relationship where he doesn't want to be with her. She's all into him. He's just a reporter who's a nerd, who's a geek, but she's all over him like, oh my god, I love you, blah blah blah. I met your mom, da 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 da. And it's annoying because I'm like, okay, cool, cool. Let's say it's true that nerd, that geek, that reporter, he does have game like that. But when he's like, I'll give you all of this, but we have to be in a weekend getaway, and he's thinking about it, like, oh, like you're trying to save Superman and you're thinking about it. One, you're thinking about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, people, but I mean, let's be real, like if she's giving you a chance to have sex with her, why would you pass on it? That's just me. You're a nerd. You're a geek in the movie. I mean, have we not seen the movie Revenge of the Nerds? And then that's where it leads into all the people when the kaiju's fighting, when Superman's having his first battle. I understand that the movie says for 3 centuries, which is 300 years, for months and all that they've had metahumans throughout history. But when there's a battle, for people to be like this and not running away from the battles, is that because they're used to it and they don't care that they're gonna die? Like the first thing you would think is run the fuck away. But no, they're recording. At least record and run. But no, they're recording. Literally, the kaiju's in the middle of the fucking city, and there's a girl just walking regular. And that's why Superman has to save her. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? You probably tell me you're just nitpicky. No, that's reality. People complained, majority of cities, that there's unnecessary violence or destruction to the city, right? And no one, the ones who are giving positive reviews, no one is touching on that. No one is touching on the unnecessary that people recording. And I've not seen one review talking about that. Like, what the fuck? And here's another one. If it's been 300 years of metahuman and all that, how come it's only Mr. Terrific, possibly Bruce Wayne? No, not possibly, most likely, 100%. And Lex Luthor are the only ones with technology. At least in this movie, it's terrific, and Lex Luthor that have this technology that good, even though it's been 300 years of metahumans. How come the cities don't look futuristic if it's been 300 years of metahumans? That means that you have the brains and all that to do all this, but how come it's only Lex Luthor and Terrific that have that technology? Are they because they're the smartest people in the world? So it doesn't matter that there's been metahumans? I don't know. Like I said, I wanted a tantrum, and that's why when I look at this movie, I can't give it more. I wish I could. Is it a good startup? Yes, it's a good startup. It is a good startup. Am I intrigued of the future? I am intrigued in the future. Even though I'm gonna give it a rating that a lot of people are not gonna like, or maybe some will agree. I'm talking about the movie itself. The movie, not the character, because again, I think Superman is good to start off the new DCU. Just the character himself. We had Terrific, and we had freaking Guy Gardner. Like, okay, I can kind of work around with that. Peacemaker's there too. Okay, I mean we kind of have something. We kind of have something. Creature Commandos, I know it's part of this world, so I'm like, okay, like, but the movie itself is not good. 6 out of 5, 6.5 out of 10 is the best I can give it, and that's because the acting was good. It's just that there's a lot of fucking bullshit. Oh, I forgot about this one, and I already got out the spoiler territory, right? When Terrific has this spaceship, even Louis Lane calls him out. Oh, so you have this futuristic airplane, but you can't get a garage that opens up quicker. Like, oh my god, it's a stupid movie, but it's not too stupid. 6.5 out of 10. I'm interested where it leads. If it doesn't become a new universe, good. I don't care for it. Or if they're all going to be solo movies, cool. I don't care for it. If we get more movies, I don't care for it. Like, yeah, like, as in I don't care for it, as in, like, I don't care what you guys do next. I'll probably go watch it anyways because I like watching movies. But it is what it is. 6.5 out of 10. You guys watched it. You guys saw it. What you guys think of it? And I am disappointed because this wasn't my honorable mentions. But you have a good night, a good morning, and a good evening.